Hello and welcome to Carlina Lewin Studios. How are you? I hope you are well. Now look, I'm going to try a new view. I've put it on 0.5 perspective so you can actually see my palette. So I hope it doesn't interfere with the actual perspective of the painting, because that would be devastating. So anyway, I just thought that we would come on and do a lie-in together. I just did one earlier today. In fact, I could be showing you it right now, but I have listed it on my website and put it in the allocated box of my website products. So instead of digging it all out, let's just paint another one. So yes, it's raining here again. It is about 11:30 at night. I haven't been doing the videos for YouTube like I promised in the start of the year because, in my defense, I've been extremely busy. So here we go. I have got myself a reference of free references for artists on Facebook. What I've done with this is I found a lovely lioness. I really liked it, so I screenshotted the photo, I cropped it, then I put it into an app called Sketch Me, and then it takes it to this form. Then I've printed it out and I have put charcoal on the back of it, or you can use graphite, which you can see on the back of it there, and I place it down on the paper and I hold it here with my left hand. I'm just going through all the process. If you haven't seen my videos before, this is the best method that I have found for watercolors, especially for animals like this. With flowers and different bits and pieces like that, I just do that by observation, and landscapes and stuff, like just for example, I've just painted a whole lot of these that are going to the gallery. Funnily enough, is I painted a whole lot of these, and I did a TikTok and I sold, God, how many did I sell? I sold 5 of them through. Look at that one. Can you see how beautiful that one is? I sold 5 of them just through doing a TikTok, which was lovely. Yeah, so let's get into this. So what then I do is that I put the charcoal on the back of this reference photo, and then I go over it with a pen, and where I push, it's going to transfer the image onto the watercolor paper. This is 300 GSM, cold pressed, 100% cotton, Bengal, I can't pronounce it. I get them off Temu, if that helps anybody. Bang Ho, it doesn't even say it on here. Oh yeah, BAOHONG, Bang Hong. Oh, jeeps, I just dropped my drink. That's fabulous, darling. Good thing I've always got tissues here. I keep my drink way over here on the left so I don't get it into my watercolor paper. Just excuse me while I mop up my drink. Did you hear it go crunch and land? My goodness. Get under the board and wipe it up. There we go. Right, solved the problem. Carry on. Jeeps, all these technical issues that you can have. So let's start. So we go around the outline of this beautiful specimen, and so what I do is I hold my hand here on, just give it little doesn't need to be accurate, we're just sort of getting marks. I hold it here with my left hand and I do not move this left hand, so you can then pick it up, look at what you're doing, so you can then see. If you move this paper when you are halfway through this process, you know, rest in peace, because there's no coming back from that. You will never be able to line it up correctly after that. So please make sure that you hold it on the left hand side like that, or the opposite, obviously, if you are left-handed. This becomes quite natural in the end. Once you do this process over and over, You'll learn not to rest your hand on it too heavily. There's, you know, like a whole lot of different little techniques that help the situation. I sort of go in with a bit of a loose, more of a loose approach, because I'm not really, like, as you will see further on, I'm just making it up down here. As you'll see further on, I'm not going to be painting this realistically. I am painting it very colourful and impressionistic. So we're not after tight realism. That I can paint like that, and I've got plenty of paintings that I have done that, but I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy throwing paint around and hoping for the best. I honestly think that it's more talent, you know, like you need more talent to be able to just go for it and throw the paint around and hope for the best. So I've already done this painting, so that's why there's already marks from where I've already done that. Just carrying it a bit further down. The other time that I did this, I did it on landscape mode instead of this as portrait mode, which is up this way. Landscape is down this way. So I hope this new perspective's working, because it would be nice to think that it will, and that you can get to see my colour choices. Today, this palette here is a different one than my normal Mission Gold paints. This is mainly Schminky, which is another really lovely brand that I do like and I do use. So let's just flick it over and see. Yes, we need a little bit more around here, defining this edge of this face can be a little bit difficult to paint it in. What about over here? We haven't got much of the ear happening here. I'm just making it up because it's not really there. That's looking pretty good sketchy wise. Just colour in a little bit more of her nose. Like I say, this is all quite impressionable. So if you get the lines in the wrong place, it's no big deal. I'm just going to put a couple of extra marks over here and one here. I'm just sort of making it up, loves. Don't mind me. Just making it up. As long as you've got the eyes, nose and mouth technically in the right spots, you can't really go too wrong, you know, because like I said, we are being a little bit more impressionistic. So do we get these bits here? Yep. Sometimes you can, the image can disappear under the paint quite a lot. You can put me on ×2. I sound quite good in ×2. I quite like watching myself back at ×2. It can be a little bit tedious watching paint dry or doing this process, you know. But yeah, I'll just make sure that I've got that eye exactly. The eyes are so important. We really have to get the eyes right where we want them. Might bring that down just a smidgen there. Bring it down a smidgen on that side. And it's all about how we paint it. Nice, that's looking good. Go over that pupil again. I feel like I'm happy with that. I feel like that is enough for me. That is enough for me. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, hold your breath. We're done. So as you can see, hopefully you can see that nicely. That is a really nice transfer of your image. So I've got myself a water bottle here. I also didn't use any white. This here is a bleed proof PH Martin white. I haven't used any of that in the last one, but hey, you just never know your luck or something like that. The brushes that I've got today, let's see if they're the ones that I'm going to use in here. Just dry them off a wee bit so you can see them. This one here is my new big one that I just actually got from Temu. I'm really enjoying the Temu products, to be honest, especially when you can get 100% watercolour cotton paper. This is a number 16 Paul Gezanne T9. I'm really enjoying it. Comes to a really nice point. So we're using that. This is just some random little brush. It's around and it's been sitting in water for too long and it's lost all of its information. So that's helpful. And this here is just a number... this is a number 7, something or other gallery series. Actually, no, it's number 12. They're all different sizes in the brush world. And this is a Da Vinci number 4, and it's a rigger brush. So there we go. So hopefully that helps anybody. Let's go in with this. So what we're going to do is it's going to be like a partial wet on wet, but I'm going to start wet on dry. So I'm going to start with a wet brush on dry piece of paper, but then what I will do is I'll drop and charge in colours as we go. So technically then it is wet on wet technique. Do you know what I mean? But this is still a good way to leave a little bit of white and to keep some fresh edges, but also to get all those soft blends. And then afterwards, give it a wee bit of a squirt around the edges with your water bottle, and that will just, fluff it up a little bit. And yeah, just watch. Just watch. So I'm going to go straight in and try and get myself, what are we going to do? I only just a minute painted that last one and you forget. Right, go in here with a little bit of, this will be burnt sienna. And let's just drop a little bit of the burnt sienna around here. Go up to the nose. Leave a wee bit here. Go down here. I left leave a wee bit of a white gap underneath the eyes. And see how I've left a couple of white spots? Then we want to get into some purple. Why not a bit of purple? Oh, I didn't do purple last time. Should we do purple? Bit of blue. Let's do blue. Bluish purple. The other painting turned out gorgeous. A little bit thicker paint. Less water. Sorry, did I make you move there? Go in with the fresh blue paint into the ear. Drop it around. Bring it up. Around the top of the eye. That went into the eye just a little bit too much. Get a tissue. Dry it off where you want it to be dried back to. You can always save it. We can always save it if you're quick enough. Do you know what I mean? Turquoise. Love this turquoise. This looked great. Let's drop turquoise in. Remember to go under that eye. Oop. Bring it back up there. And then a bit of turquoise around the mouth. Just leave a little bit of a line there. Touching the edges so they are a wee bit more burnt sienna. Want to darken up some of those areas. Remember, she's got some marks up there. Darken up on the inside of her ear. We haven't even touched this ear yet. Goodness. Keep up with the game. Do the side of the face there. I feel like adding some of this green. How about we just get keen and add some of this green. This would be Verilion. I'm quiet now because I'm concentrating. New colour. Does it look good? Have I ruined it? You know, those sorts of thoughts. Go in with your new colour. Right, keep it wet, a bit more blue. This will be ultramarine, French ultramarine, I'd imagine. Just a wee bit around the eye. Always go in with a really decent brush, guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, I see a lot of people painting with these really lightweight brushes, and it's a struggle to get the pigment down, you know, like to get it flowing. A wee bit more of a wee bit of a touch up of that around there. A wee bit more turquoise and white space over here. Turquoise and white space. Spread your colour around as you go. See, don't like that little bit too close on that eyeball. Keep your eyeballs eyeballing. Right, and what are we doing? We're doing a wee bit of the burnt sienna again. Just fade it out a bit down the end here where she's just sort of dropping off. And I think the blue for underneath the chin, and just go up close to her lip but not touching it. Dropping in some colour there. Gonna have to do something around here before we keep getting dry edges. There we go. And just some, I'm gonna try and hit it with some indigo into some spots, especially in the inside of the ears. We want some darker spots here. That does not hurt to put some dark bits. Also at that line of the face, maybe a little bit on the chin, a little bit over here. It's just a real trust the process, I swear. A little bit around the edge of that nose. Yeah, guys, you just gotta trust the process. A little bit darker down there. We need a wee bit of this green down in here. Is this making sense? I hope this is making sense. Just bring that around to here. Right, some magic needs to happen. So we need to flick some colours around. We need to spray the top just a little bit in some places, just to give it, it's gonna start to move out a little bit, which I like. Now we're painting this really, really dark. Oh my goodness, no one told me about this spot. Come on now. Guys, keep me accountable. No wonder she was looking a wee bit side-eyed. I'm just going to suck a wee bit of the moisture off there. It's quite wet. And then I'm going to get in here at why it's still quite wet. We're just going to drop some of those marks that should be, you know, they should be a wee bit darker, you know. You know. Sorry, I'm going quiet again, guys. Someone say something. I'm just concentrating. So if you get your pigment really, really thick, less water, really thick, then it won't move as much in the wet paint here. It won't fly around as much. So want some definition and a wee bit of cheek area, and go back in the wee bit of, it's a really, really thick pigment here, so see it will move, but it's not going completely cray, you know. So we're wanting some in there. Oh, he's looking, see how that's bloomed up there, nice, I like it. Right, let's get the smaller brush, dry off that little bit of green I can see on its eye there. Right, I'm going in with, I believe this is, I was hoping for sepia, but I honestly think that this is black. So let's go. So I just start on the lowerish bit. Oh good, I'm shaky. Start, and my brush is on a curve. Start on the lowest bit that you can see on the eye. That's going to keep it as a fresh sharp line. See, like we can go in, because as soon as you touch your brush into the damp areas, it's going to start to move. Now we want that. So let's keep going up here, and then it's going to spread, and that's definitely what we want. But there's areas that we need to keep crisp and a sharp, hard line. So just drop a wee bit of that in there for the corner of that eye. And that needs to come down a little bit more. And remember there's that, like that dark line there underneath your eye too. Oops, I love that sound. Oops. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna go in with that because I'll move it and it will take out too much pigment and it won't look very good. Right, we're going to go in with this one as well. So follow the inside of your outline. Like I said, that's wonderful. My hand's gone all shaky. Drop in your dark bit down here. And sorry if I'm covering some of the image here. Going quiet with concentration, guys. And then hit it with more paints and it starts to flow up into that wet stuff. Because we want a nice soft edge up the top. I'm going to paint that bit in black. I'm not liking that little bit that's hanging out extra. that pupil in, start to look at it, if the pupils are good. Oh, oh. Like I say, I love those. Oh, oh, what did you do? What did you do? That's very wet paint. Suck some back off with your brush. Add some down here. So if you drop onto your page a lot of paint and you're like, oh my goodness, that's not what I wanted, you can in a hurry go in there and dry your brush like that, and then go in and use your brush to suck that moisture back off, if that makes any sense. Right, I'm gonna see that's a little bit light there. I've taken a lot of my moisture off of my brush to drop in darker pigment, see? So it just stays a little bit more crisp in what we're doing. So I'm going to leave those eyes for a minute, then I'm going to go back onto the mouth because we're getting dry down there, and we do want that mouth to spread a wee bit on these parts because it looks nice. So a little bit more pigment on your brush. This side over here is dried, my friends. So that's all right. You get that with the big jobs. So just make it make sense, you know. Oh, it's really raining hard out there now. See, that just dropped in nicely. Then onto the nose. Same thing, just fill it in. So yeah, like I said, this is just a very, very impressionistic type of a painting, which is just so fun. I find that if you're painting really realistic, it can be extremely tight, extremely, you know, you can get very pedantic and, oh, it's not right, because you're comparing it to, you know, like, oh, that's a big drop. Come on now. You're comparing, that's because this side's a lot wetter because we did that later. We'll leave that for a second. So those eyes have just started to dry off a little bit. I'm going to go in with this transparent Imperial Orange, and this is a core colour, but it's a very nice colour. Make sure I've got the right, oh my goodness, can you hear it? It's raining. Just go around that eyeball. It's quite a dark, rich pigment, that, isn't it? Can you hear that rain through the video? Wouldn't surprise me if you can. I'll sort of leave a little bit of white down the bottom of that eyeball. I don't know if that's necessary, but I have been doing that. Is it helping? Can you see the palette? Is it helping to see what I'm doing? I did a time lapse of the other one. I think that's on a short somewhere, so you could find that if you needed it, if you don't want to put up with me talking. And then, what did I choose? This one, I think. Can't remember which one I chose. I chose a little bit of a red to top up and give them a little bit of a wee bit more of a richness in that eye. Just drop it in while it's wet. Ooh, this eye seems to be getting the darker amount, doesn't it? Let's give it a happy little move around. Oh, it's looking pretty, She looks lovely. Right, I'm gonna do some blue flicks. Whoop. Always get carried away with the flicks, guys. You can never have enough flicks. And then a little bit of your brown over here, over there, why not? I like flicks. You can always, if you don't like the way that they've landed, you can always go in and give them a bit of a soak up. But I quite like it. I might put a little bit more blue down the bottom here for him. He's just looking like he needs a bit more blue on the bottom. Her, him. Right, might go in with a smaller brush and get that darker indigo again and add some more dark that's probably going to sit there a little bit better in those ears. A wee bit down here. This one's turned out a lot darker than the other one. Just put some features. See, that's giving a lot more of a harsher edge. And might cover in that bit of white there. Yeah, it's giving a wee bit more of a defined edge now that it's driven. It's dried out a little bit, and I just want to give a couple of little bits that are a little bit more defined. This jawline over here can be a little bit difficult, so just sort of do that to bring her out a little bit. A wee bit more darker bit down here. Drop it in. So yeah, she is going to dry lighter as well, which you've got to always remember with your watercolour. It's going to, I think she needs some bigger, darker splatters. Let's get bold. Yes, that's a lot of splatters. Splattered me everywhere. Splattered her everywhere. Okay, as you can tell, I like the splatters. Nice. How's she looking through the camera at your angle, guys? Yes, she's pretty. She needs probably a little bit more, of the brownie aspect to her. She's not very brown, is she? Put it on, dab it off. So it's getting quite dry now, so we're getting some really sharp hard edges, which are not always the best, but can work to your advantage with some things. So don't be afraid to put some on, take some off, put some on, take some off, you know. Yeah, that looks a bit better with that burnt sienna, just that little bit darker, doesn't it? So you just got to keep fiddling with your painting, do you know what I mean? Like, be bold. Be bold with some things. Give it a whirl. we go. Sorry, I'm going quiet because I'm thinking again. I quite like that. It's very... She's very colourful, is what she is. Just very, very colourful. She's very patchy colourful this time, which can be a nice thing. But she's very saturated. She's dried out quite a lot, I think. You know, working quite fast and having some less harder edges, you know, like you can see that I've just dropped that down onto it, but I'm quite liking it. It's all right. We haven't got to the ruin stage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flick wet water just straight on her. I know you're going to probably go, what are you doing? She needs a nose. Why didn't someone tell me she needs a nose? Oh, I just got a big hunk of water on her eye. That won't be good. You could even put salt on her at this stage. She is very wet now. Just going around with tissue for tissue control. Right, let's get her nose in, my friends. What are we going to do? What did I pick last time? I can't even remember. Not that one, because that's more purpley. Probably crimson-y. What did we do? What did we do, guys? It must have been that. Gee, she's raining again. Raining and boring. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in there with the pink, the crimson, and I'm going to touch up her nose. This is quite a long video for you guys. So see there's quite a puddle there, and just suck that off with your brush. Just pick that up, and then I can go, well, actually I want some darker pigment. So you can go back in and drop off some darker pigment. You know, like it's all about water control. Love that. She's looking fierce. Fierce. Each one of these, this is the second one that I've done just today, and wow, they're both remarkably different. And I'm just going to go in with quite rich pigment here and do that top line, and because it's all wet, it's just gonna really sort of run everywhere. And oh, that's turned out so cute. I love that. She's looking good. Right, I'll pause it and we'll dry her off, because you'll be surprised on how light she's going to end up being once she's dried off. And then we'll put some big whiskers on her. We'll do some other bits and pieces of details for her, I think. Right, I'll be back in a sec. Right, besties, we're home. We're back. We're back. So, just gonna now go in with tiny little final touches, right? So just getting a tiny little bit of light blackish, filling in that pupil, because there's a few tiny little white gaps, just making it a bit more accurate to the other one's size. Yes, like that. I'm gonna go in with a couple of darker spots back here, just a couple. I'm gonna put one up here. This is such a tinsy tiny brush. I don't normally paint with tinsy tinies. I like big and expressional and big brushes that allow you to be loose. The tighter the brush, you know. I was just thinking, should I do a mixture of white and dark whiskers? That might look nice. See, we're just experimenting together, my friends. So let's, whiskers can just be the vein of everybody's existence. That's nice, just casual as we go. Oh, big drop of black. No, push that back out of my, come on now. You need thick pigment, but you also need it reasonably juicy because you want it to flow. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. I can hear you breathing. It's putting me off. Right. It's hard to do a whisker and then see what you're doing. Let's give it a couple up there because sometimes they have... Oh, see, that one didn't carry on. Don't be like that. Sometimes they have a few extras in their ears. So this is dry now, so we can go in and it's going to be very defined. Okay, can I move this a little bit? I can, can't I? Because I'm the boss. Let's just, sometimes you've got to move it to get the angle of what your hand wants to do. Let's have a look. We're just gently going in with a couple here and there. Loving that. I think we aced it together. Thank you very much for your help. Right, I might do a bit of the whites because a couple of white whiskers will look fabulous, won't it? Cheer me on, cheer me on. What's the consistency of this paint, my friends? We might have to do a test whisker. Oh, that's not going to show up on that one, is it? Where is it going to show up? I need a piece of paper. Help! Send help! Help! Send help. I've got white paper, so that's not going to be very good, is it? I just want to see how it moves. Does it need some... Maybe that's going to spread everywhere with a wee bit of water. Oh, you're just going to have to... How about we start with the ears first? Oh, good. That's not too bad. And with whiskers, it's a good idea to like sort of aim them. We're going to do one. We're just going to get real bold. Oh, shivers. Oh, shivers me timbers. Yeah, that one worked, but we're not going to put a white one on the other side because... Oh, that's a bit dark. Put your finger in it. Because I want it to be sort of noticeable. Now, they do sometimes, and most of the times, if you see this painting close up, you would actually see that I've managed to leave some white parts because they have these little white bits up here that are technically their eyelashes. Right, we need to hold your breath, peeps. Oh, shivers. This is bleed proof, so you get that wrong, she's gonna stay there. Right, I'm hyperventilating over here. I really am. Right, let's go. Big whisker. Oh, do you know how brave I am to be doing this with an audience? Whiskers are very important not to overcook them. Little whisker, look at that. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Oh my god, she's so cute. I want like one big thicker white whisker coming down. Oh my gosh. Come on, I really am hyperventilating. Yes, we did it. Because, oh my goodness, can you see that? Oh my gosh, I did so well. Just light little bits. Whiskers are so treacherous. I'll get you down and so you can see her close up. Oh, so that is out of perspective. Hang on. Let's go back to Oh my goodness, hang on. She's gorgeous. That did look out of perspective. Is it gonna work with the video, or is this gonna look wonky the whole time? I think she looks wonky now. That perspective is not the best. Oh my goodness, what are we gonna do about her? She looks sad. But look at those whiskers. I'm gonna have to re-watch this over and see if it's working. If it's not working for that perspective, then we might have to change her. I want a little tinsy bit of brown up and under there. I'm gonna have to re-watch it, guys. Fierce. Anyway, much love. I'll see if I post it. Let me know if you like her. She's a lot more, might put some more white on her and do a few more things. I'll pause it and do a few more things. Wait up. So bringing you back to the reference, now I've seen why the perspective's looking a wee bit weird and wonky with this, because it comes down straight after here, over here, straight down and out, and I've gone and curved it in. So we're going to have to change that, my friends. We're going to have to change it. We're going to have to go in there and add more to her, because it's not looking right on that perspective, and I can see it and it's bothering me. So she actually technically goes off the page there. Oops, I picked up the complete wrong colour. That looks better. Oh, I was thinking, what has happened? Why have we got this looking like that? What has happened to her? The other one didn't do that. Viridian. And so, like that. And we'll just bring a bit of dark through it too. I'm just bringing you back for the fix, because we need a tissue. Too dark tissue. Yeah, I just couldn't work out what was going on with that perspective. But if you look at her there, that's better. Something was going on with that. I might bring it further down with a bit of, this is a weird perspective for you guys too, sorry. Just sometimes it doesn't take much to get it off, to be off. And then you're like, eek, that looks better. How do I fix this, And I think it's important that we carry on and show you how to trust the process and keep fixing it. Does this, now it's on a bit of an angle. See, that looks a better perspective. What was going on? You guys can yell at me and tell me what's happening. I think I might add some more white light down here in her whiskers. Oh, that looks a lot better. I'm glad I brought you back for that fix. Oh, look, and now it's actually... I'm filming this at night, so I hope you waited until the last bit of the video so you can see that brightness come back into the camera and for her to look like that. Anyway, much love, my besties. I'm going to go go to bed. It'll be late by now. And do a few things, working more on my website. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Much love. So I'm back for an update. I got brave and I splashed white all over. I did some more chin things. I darkened that white one up and added a few more. And yeah, anyway, I think she's turned out gorgeous. Happy with changing the perspective here. Possibly could have done with a little bit darker bit here to balance. It's quite dark here. So, but anyway, that's the whole idea of it, is just to keep doing it. I'm going to probably paint this lady 10 times because you always learn more every time you do it again. What the watercolours are going to do, what colours go best, you can never really tell. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back again soon with another one.